Morning, everybody. We're going to the 5 minute mega today because yesterday exceeded the 75 point limit. It's like the 3 minute in most respects. We're trading off cycles that are produced by average open to lows and average open to highs, averaged out the points that they get to before turning, and we put limit orders at those locations. Uh, the difference is $400 stop today per trade rather than 300. I think that's about it. It's trades from 8:30, last signal at 11 o'clock, last possible exit at 11:30. This is a 20-year study of the 5 minute. 212,000 profit, just shy of 24,000 trades, 72% were profitable. Just under $9 average trade. This is over and above an $11 penalty fee docked for slippage commission. It assumes that you pay your commission plus you give up one tick every other trade. 9,800 worst drawdown for a return on account of 2,159%. And this is the yearly breakdown for 20 years. So win, lose, or whatever. If you're trading it and you're trying to achieve the goal of giving up only one tick every other trade, you got to do a little footwork on that. This is not a mechanical system. But if that's something you think you can do, this is the reason behind it. Okay. So get this up for you. See, we got an up gap opening here. Opens at 75, 77 even. That's our demarcation line for the day. We want to be going long above it, short below it. Right now we're under it. So despite the gap up, if it froze here, your first possibilities would be the short side. As before, oops, you look up here for your instructions. It'll tell you where to enter, where to exit. When it's late in giving us the exit, I still don't understand why it can't do it just instantly like it does sometimes, but not others. I will tell you. And also look at the line. The trades you'd be getting in, you'd be getting long on the bottom channel, short on the higher one, but you will not get a signal every bar, regardless of whether it hits it. And the ding always tells us pay attention. The 5 minute bar has ended, and we have an order to sell short 75.66 even. Now, you've seen in the last few days that the thing is hit before I can even get it out of my mouth. That's why it ends up 5-minute intervals. You got to be watching this, and you got to have your finger right ready to click. By the way, I did create a system. I modified an old one as promised. We'll try to find a way to squeeze it in here, in and around, looking at the bars. So stay tuned for that. That system, by the way, unlike this one, would be mechanical. And I'm sure you're all aware there will be no meeting tomorrow, no trade for Juneteenth Day. Signals do get canceled or are replaced by different prices at the end of every 5 minutes. So you got about 20 seconds here to the next one. Looking at this, I think it'll just be a straight cancel. I don't believe we're going to have an immediate trade here. Yeah, no order here. Okay, no new signal. Let's try to shoot for somewhere around the top of the hour. Um, when it's quiet and there's no impending signal, I'll try to. We can probably do the presentation on the mechanical system within 5 minutes. So unless we have activity at 9 o'clock, look for that around then, more or less. Let's say top of the hour. Looking to sell short 75.56.50. Okay, cancel the order, no new one. All right, no new signal. Let's just break away here and give you the system. I semi-promised you, first of all, the usual disclaimer here. We're not an investment advisory service, nor registered investment advisors or broker-dealers. Do not purport to tell or suggest which securities should buy or sell for themselves. Check with your licensed financial advisor. Should not be assumed that methods or techniques or indicators presented will be profitable or that they will not result in losses. Past results are not necessarily indicative of future results. Examples presented on these sites are for educational purposes only. These setups are not solicitations of any order to buy or sell. The authors, publisher, or all affiliates assume no responsibility for your trading results. There's a high degree of risk in trading. All right. You got it there in front of you. This is information purposes only. It's okay. Daily 2-day phase system. Set your charts to daily bars, 8:30 a.m. to 3:15 p.m. Central Time. If today and yesterday both closed lower than they opened, then go long on tomorrow's open, plus 10% of today's range on a stop. If today and yesterday both closed higher than they opened, then go short on tomorrow's open, minus 10% of today's range on a stop. Set a $700 stop loss or exit at the 3:15 p.m. session close. So, higher open to close, higher open to close. Take 10% of this range, subtract it from tomorrow's open. That's where you get short. Lower open to lower open to close, lower open to close. Take 10% of this range, add it to tomorrow's open, go long at that point on a stop. From 2020 through May of 2026, S&P made $72,487 from 629 trades. 35% were, oh, I might have left out something. Oh, I did. $700 stop. Okay. Uh, okay. 629 trades, 35% were profitable, $115 average trade. This does not have slippage commission in it. $15,175 worst drawdown for 477% return on account. The percent your account would have increased had you started with your worst drawdown amount. Collaboration across the board. Second would be second place here. NASDAQ, 77,000 net profit, 22,000 worst drawdown for a 343% return on account. Okay, let's get back to the live action here. You can refer back to this off the video. And we're still waiting for a first trade. No trade. Looking to sell at 75.62, 75.62.25. Okay, slow start today. Cancel, no replacement. Sell at 75.6650. No trade.
All right, slow day today. Hey, this is Dave, who's been helping out Art this week. I want to remind you that I do post, I've posted videos on YouTube this week. I'm going to be out of town next week, and so there will not be videos on the YouTube channel next week. Again, if you're new, I'll post a link to the YouTube channel in the chat here. Also, this link to the room is going to work through the end of the month. Tomorrow, the market's closed for a holiday. Again, this link will work on Monday. Also, you'll get those reminders before we open. I have the reminders set to 1 hour and 6 hour. I'll probably just back it off to 1 hour starting next week.
Let
Gets
me
probably
interrupt you a second, Dave. Got a sell here at 75.58.25.
that's really all I had. I just want to make sure I conduct the admin business here today. Since I won't be here next week, I'll probably log in briefly on Monday, but then I'll be gone the rest of the week. If you got any questions, problems, concerns about GoToWebinar, let me know.
shots in yet, huh? All right, no trade. Cancel your orders. Still nada, folks. Sell at 75, 75.50. Cancel the order.
All right, slow day today. Any questions about anything to do with trading? Got questions on anything? Art and I will answer those questions in between possible trades. Also, I linked the YouTube channel in the chat. Art, what's the longest you have traded a single system?
Um, 4 years probably. My partner and I had a very successful one in the 90s. Just kept going with it. That was
And why
that
just
was interday, which is a whole different animal than day trading. Bigger profit potential, bigger risk. We had the wind at our backs though for years.
and so that was just overnight, or that was
Multi-day, as long as the signals persisted.
Mhm. And you were just trading that system, or were you trading multiple systems to have like a basket or portfolio of systems?
Depended on the time. No, mainly just that system. And we have an order to sell at 75.68 and a quarter. That was mainly that. It was basically a momentum following system.
When you say a momentum following system, are you using it the same way you would say a trend following system?
Yes.
So were you familiar with Richard Dennis uh, when you developed your systems?
He was my hero. He read one of my books, called me, and we went to dinner 3 times. I was discussing him for a follow-up book that did not come to pass. But just talking systems with him was amazing. And what he said was most of the stuff that he was, the famous turtle system, buying and selling end day highs and lows. He said most of what he was doing then doesn't work now. I don't know if he meant complete. I don't think he meant completely blew up, but I think he meant was diminished to the point of not being worth trading.
Do you think it was because the markets had changed, or because other people were trying to do what he was doing and he was?
No, I think it's because the market's drifted.
Those of you who might be interested in Richard Dennis and his turtle trading, Michael Covell wrote a book called The Complete Turtle Trader: How 23 Novice Investors Became Overnight Millionaires back in 2009. It's a very readable book.
Yeah, I too would highly recommend that book.
Though, you know, when I read it and it had his like had Richard Dennis's gains in there, he was taking on pretty massive risk. Like his drawdowns were huge.
And he didn't do very well with public trading accounts. And his answer to that was he wanted to go for the fence, but people trading with him, they were too nervous for that. So he lost a lot of his traders. But I guess he hit some bad patches also. I think
Oh,
you and I, Dave, looked at his end day, and didn't we post something along the lines of revised,
you know,
changing
there
the
was
number
something
of
I'd have to
days?
find it, and I don't know if it was made it into a YouTube video. Yeah, I'll look for it because um, I dug up his rules because his rules are not. He never published his rules, so what his exact rules were never exactly clear. But I had some rules, and then you took them and you re-optimized it. Like his numbers were different. I forgot. He was buying at the 21-day high or low. I forgot which days it were. But then
Yeah,
you
it's 20, I think.
re-optimized it and showed different days did work using the same, essentially system.
Well, momentum following is never going to completely fail because it's just the nature. The market goes from here to there, and you should be able to figure out the sizes of the pie slices to take out of it, right? It's going from here to there, you know. It's just you got to figure out the right sizes for the times.
Someone was asking about if Richard Dennis ever talked about how he traded intraday in his pit days. I don't even remember if he was doing that. I know the Complete Total Trader did give kind of a background in his trading. Now I don't even remember if he even attempted pit trading or not.
Richard Dennis?
Yeah,
Oh no, he was a pit trader. He traded
he
on the
was
small
scalping.
mid America,
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
and he had to learn how to do what he called breath, um, because he couldn't get the edges. It just there wasn't enough volume in the small exchange. But he learned how to trade one market against a related market, and he just found very interesting places to take edges and go with them all day long.
Yeah, like I say,
I'd have
I
to
don't quite
reread it.
remember the description, but I think he
Yeah,
did find new things to do. I think if that
right.
was what's up, you know, he found different edges, new things to do instead of try to compete with these guys who just doing basic pit trading, probably getting in front of the order flow.
I'd have to reread it. Give a more intelligent recap. But um, he had a disciple too that was on the floor of the Board of Trade when I was there, Tom Willis, and he pretty much said the same thing. He learned from Dennis how to look for edges in unlikely places. One of the ways they did it was they would spread the mid America prices against the bigger Board of Trade prices. Sometimes that was possible to arbitrage. Mid America is gone, of course. That's where I started out too. Back in the Stone Age.
All right, some good questions started coming through as we started discussing stuff. So So you were doing overnight systems at your most profitable, and then what did you find about intraday or day systems that made those better for you?
They're more appealing, but harder to discover. You trade intraday systems, you're going to have periods that are just excruciating. And my partner died, and I went into a bad period, and it just decided for my mental health, I just wanted to completely change, so I went with day systems. They're doable, they're harder, but much easier on the psyche.
You've talked frequently in the newsletter about how a day system, people are interested in them because they think there's less risk because there's no overnight risk on them, but there is, but they may actually underestimate their.
Yeah, Richard Dennis said that too. Stands to reason. I mean, you get these government reports hitting in the middle of the day and stuff. You never know for sure. You can see instances where the market will just instantly move dozens and dozens of points away from the last price. Looking to God, I gotta change this screen so I can see it. Hang on. Looking to sell 75.65 even. Think we're definitely seeing a holiday trade.
Someone's asking about what would you estimate the average duration of a profitable system? How long would you expect a system to work, a typical system? I mean, you could probably come up with something that worked indefinitely if it was robust and didn't have incredible numbers.
Well, there are system components that have certainly persisted forever. The 830, the first 5 minute bar of the day uh, is a go with indicator. I mean, that hasn't changed.
Oh.
Where you are in relation to the open, you want to go with all other things being equal, and that's a big disclaimer there. But you're better off going with the first move of the day than fighting it.
Or perhaps the first pullback of a trend, or
If you're
actually any
still
pullbacks in the trend.
if you're still like if you're buying above the daily open or selling below it. Yeah, if the counter move is not as extreme as the main one, yeah. End day breakouts, though, is kind of the opposite of that. And years ago, Dennis said that statistically, you're better off, buying the strength and selling the weakness. Now, obviously, he's revised everything, so. But didn't Coble write another book too, just on momentum trading? And pretty much demonstrated that it's a forever thing. Obviously, again, if the market's going to move, I say that there is a solution to uh, profiting off the moves. The biggest enemy to a successful system is one a market that dies, like you're seeing here today.
Well, I think his
Thankfully,
first book was called Trend Following.
yeah.
It predated uh, the Turtle Trading book, but I think all the ideas were essentially the same. Like,
Hmm.
and then he rewrote these things. Like he kind of wrote the same book multiple times. Is my takeaway from it. But
Well, there's only so many new things under the sun, too. If you're doing a trend following system and you look at the records of other people who've done it, you can't help but be buying and selling in the same general regions.
someone's asking if you traded any of the systems from your newsletter. I could quickly answer that and tell you no. That newsletter is for educational purposes. So hopefully you guys are picking up great ideas. There was a new system every week for many years. So it's not possible to trade all of those systems. It's not even possible to come up with a great tradable system every week. Many of these were just simple biases that you could do something with.
Yeah, if you're interested in trading and mechanical system ideas, I would think that you'd have a passion to tear into stuff yourselves, right? I mean,
Well, there would
which
be
is
some argument that ultimately you're going to have your own system that you know backwards and forwards, you know all the components.
yeah, because it's hard enough to stick with that even when you have the faith, because you've done the numbers yourself from the ground up. Trusting black box from somebody else, I don't know how you would have the faith to follow it. And that includes what you find from me, people. But hopefully, I'm offering springboards that can take you to better ideas.
There's no order in here.
That's correct.
You are kind of watching these bands here, or we're below the daily open. So these should all be shorts. And so the entry would be at the yellow, target would be at the purple, but only if there's a signal.
I don't think you would have done very well just following all the bands either. I mean, I checked a few of those, and it's just basically sideways mishmash today so far. But the last day was recent where we had something like this, and then there was a big breakout to the downside. I expect there'll be a breakout, not necessarily down, but definitely out of this range. We are trading a full day today. I just want to double check that, right? They're not closing the markets early.
No.
Yeah, expect a breakout. probably after we close down. But hopefully we'll get 2 or 3 trades before that are winners. Hopefully not if they're going to be losers, right? Still nothing. Can't remember seeing a stretch like this on this system. There's no filter in place. We've seen a million signals. It's amazing that we can't quite get there. But you see every extreme imaginable over a trading period.
Hey, so I was looking through the YouTube channel for any systems that Art did on Bollinger Bands, just to see if there's any kind of banded system here. So there's only one up there, though I know he's done other research on Bollinger Bands. I'm just going to put the link to this Bollinger Band if you want to take a look at a band-based system. It's not really the same thing Art's doing here with his yellow and purple bands, but something for you guys to look at if you want to start investigating your own day systems. All right, it's there in the chat.
It's in the materials.
No, it's in the chat. The link I put in the chat.
Okay.
You can't add anything to the materials once the meeting starts.
Okay.
Sometimes people ask about particular indicators, and because they're interested in it, they read something and they think an indicator works. But most of these indicators are some type of derivative of just price. And some would say they're even lagging because they're a derivative of price. And you can just use those prices in your own system. Though I think Art's had some luck using RSI in some of these systems. There's a couple systems on the channel. Looks like we got three different RSI systems were published on
Depending
the
on
channel.
the parameters, you can use it as a momentum follower or a fade. Just depends. You can construct it either way, we found. It's probably true of most indicators. Context matters.
Well, everyone tries to shoehorn their indicator on what they want to do, and most of those indicators weren't designed for that. Most of them were longer term holding periods, not for day trading. So, it wouldn't surprise me that, doing the opposite of what the indicator was meant to do would work if you're doing a radically different time frame.
Sell at 75.57. Reminder that if we continue to see a low range for the day, if I'm wrong about a layout, we will go back to the 3-minute system. You've got it in the handouts, right, Dave? Both the 3 and the 5-minute. You can compare why I prefer the 3-minute.
Yeah, they're both in the materials. There's a PDF.
Yeah. More trades, more consistent performance through the 20 years. But I also demonstrated that, unlike the 3-minute, you in the number of trades that follow the big range days, you don't get hurt. At least historically in the performance summary, you didn't get hurt trading them, which is not true of the 3-minute. Just for starters, having a bigger stop like the 5-minute is would give you a better shot in the volatile time. Cancel yet another order.
Hey, in the chat, I just put the link to that book we were talking about, The Complete Turtle Trader by Michael Covell, if you guys are curious. Just the link to Amazon.
Oh, this is interesting, huh?
Eric, the summaries of both the 3 and 5 minute systems are in the materials. You can download the results right there. And the entry is going to be the yellow bar if we're below the days open, and it'll be the purple bar if we're above the days open.
Sell at 75.52. Okay, missed it again. Oh, I'm a minute off. Sorry. Okay, as I was saying, cancel the order. I'll just throw out a left field prediction here because obviously I'm bored. It'd be really interesting if we get all the way to 11 o'clock, our last possible trade. And that's the one trade of the day. I don't know. Somehow that doesn't seem far-fetched at this point. Definitely a holiday trade. All right, we're going to try for 75.54. Sell there. 75.54. How many trades a day on average in the 5 bar? You might be asking. Well, it ain't 0. It's about 6, actually. We got one tick away. There we go. Okay, traded through it. I'll give you the dark side first. That would be buy in at 75.60, stop. And it looks like our initial profit target is 75.43 1/4. Okay, moving our limit profit target to 75.5375, one tick profit. Stop remains at 75.62. This isn't real helpful. What they're doing is they're just taking out the recommended order because we're so close to the stop. I don't know why they can't just keep it up. It's all in the coding. All right. Well, all moot. 75.62 hit. $400 stop loss. That's it for the day, folks. Everybody enjoy your extended weekend. We'll be back Monday. Remains to be seen whether it'll be the 3 or the 5-day system we'll use again. If the daily range, the 830 to 315 range, exceeds 75 points, we will be going with the 5 minute that we have here. If it remains under it, we'll go to the 3 minute. 3 minute averages 9 trades a day. 5 minute averages 6 trades a day. And you can just get a slightly better performance summary over the years with the 3 minute.
All right, I don't have anything. I'll see you guys Monday morning.
All right. Anything else, anybody?
No.
All right. See you Monday. Bye bye.